Today we'll talk about The Circle. So The Circle is a movie that came out a couple years ago. It completely bombed at the box office because no one had any interest in the movie. Is The Circle a good movie or is it a bad movie? Well, I think the reason why the critics hated The Circle so much is that The Circle is really a warning about big tech. This movie is a warning about big tech overtaking our lives and everybody losing their privacy. This movie is a warning to that. And again, nobody watched this movie because reasons. Because of course, it was not Marvel, and it was not, and of course, it was released against Infinity War, which is something you shouldn't be doing. Oh yeah, Infinity War released a year later in 2018. I thought, yeah, released in 2018. You shouldn't be really releasing it. It was against Marvel because Guardians of the Galaxy came out a week later, and guess what? It made $800 million at the box office. Yes. But The Circle is an alright movie. And a movie being an alright movie, being based off a non franchise, isn't really a good thing to do. Because if you don't base a movie off a franchise, you don't make money in this modern day of box office. It's very well for a non franchise film to succeed. There are several successes over the past year of non-franchise films, but either had major pushes by studios such as Knives Out and Free Guy, or they were sleeper hits, or they were animated films. Which modern animation continues to decline as more and more people lose faith in modern animation. And there will be more and more non-franchise films being pushed by major studios and major actors in Hollywood. For example, we will have more movies like John Wick, Free Guy, and Knives Out being pushed by either the director or the actor being in the movie. But The Circle, despite having Tom Hanks and Emma Watson in it, nobody watched it. Which again further proves just because you have a big star in a movie doesn't mean it'll make $100 million at the box office. We're long past that era. Well, especially with the internet and cancel culture being a thing. The internet is a powerful tool that basically can ruin an actor's credibility right away. It isn't like in the 90s anymore where, oh yeah, Trent Eastwood is in this movie. I better go see it and makes $100 million at the box office. Or, this director I like is making a movie. It's going to make $100 million at the box office. There is the internet, which can always change it. And this movie is about big tech and stuff. And basically how people are, it basically exposes how people are basically sheep. And yeah, they'll basically obey to anything that the big tech overlords do. Which, if a company like the Circle tried to do this, there would be pushback from the people, especially from rural parts of the country who like the privacy. Lots of people do like the privacy, do like to be left alone. And one of the main people in the movie dying in the movie because he wants to be left alone really shows that. And but the problem with this movie, the main character started saying, you know what, having privacy is good. Basically, she basically became a big tech sheep, and basically just said, you know what, privacy sucks. Everybody's lives should be monitored, and other guy in the movie, I forgot his name, and her parents both want to be left alone away from this. But the main character doesn't give a shit about the other people's privacy. And I think that's the biggest problem with this movie. This character basically does a sheep. And basically, the only good thing about this movie is the warnings that this movie provides, similar to the film series The Matrix. The fact that we'll soon lose our privacy to big tech, that we'll soon lose our autonomy to big tech, that every one of our lives will be monitored by big tech. I think the People's Republic of China would have loved this movie, as basically it promotes big tech spying on people, which again basically promotes a social credit score based off cancel culture and Twitter. Do we really want Twitter to run every second of our lives? No, we don't. So that's basically it about The Circle. Goodbye.